Hi, this is Alexandra from HopKidz, and I'm here today with my guest, Glynis Tao, who is the founder of Chase Your Dreams Consulting Agency. She is a business coach for entrepreneurs, and most importantly, she is a mom to a smart little energetic boy. Today we're going to be talking about how you balance the life of a businesswoman with the life of a parent. Welcome, Glynis.
Thanks, Alexandra. I'm glad to be here.
Now, Glynis, you are a mother right now, but before that, you've been a very successful business owner with your own kids apparel brand that you ran for 11 years. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, Punch Brand really started as a hobby for me while I was working full-time as a product manager in the apparel industry. I went to a comic book convention with my husband, and I was really inspired by the costumes that the fans were wearing at the show. So I had an idea of making these fleece hats with animal ears on them. So I used my fashion design background and bought some fleece fabric and sewed up a few cat and bunny hats and sold them at the next show.
But at the time, you were also having a full-time job?
At the time, I was working full-time. I didn't really expect it to turn out to a full-time business that I ran for 10 years, which was really
successful.
amazing. Yeah.
And then you had your child.
So my son was born in 2016. At that time, I decided to wind down my business just because I wanted to really focus on taking care of him. So at the end of last year, really, I felt that I was ready to start a career again, but I didn't know quite yet what I wanted to do. I met my goal of taking care of my son for 2 years, so I was ready to focus on myself again. What came to me was that I wanted to use my experience as an entrepreneur to teach other people how to become their own boss and have their own business.
So you know how some people are saying that being a stay-at-home mom is actually a job, right? But it's a 24/7 job. Did you translate any skills or experience you got of being a mom into your new business as a consultant?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's an on-the-job training. I don't think I was ever given a manual on how to raise a child, but a lot of the skills that I learned from raising my son, I've been able to apply to my life, my business. So taking care of your family, running a business, and also having a life.
Prioritization.
Prioritization, discipline, time management. I think you learn that as when you become a parent, you learn a lot of skills, actually.
Yeah, I know. They're actually saying that becoming a parent is the best project management course you can ever get, right?
I agree with that.
And it's not free because having a child is expensive. So that's the most expensive, time-consuming, but the most effective course.
It is, yeah.
What was the hardest thing that you can think of managing a child versus managing a business?
Both equally as demanding, I would say. Depending on the day, sometimes one's a little bit more demanding than the other. My son, he's like a boss, so I have to tend to his needs because, having a child, they're fully dependent on you. It's really a juggle.
So at the time you were staying at home with your child, did you find a lot of support around you and inspiration to continue on with your business?
My husband has been a huge support. He helped me a lot when I was running Punch Brand and helped me with shows. And so when I told him that I wanted to have my own business again, he was definitely really supportive, was encouraging to me, and I really think that it's really important to have that support.
So he is your best cheerleader?
He is probably my best cheerleader. Having close friends and family around also definitely helps.
But then there is a large chunk of our community who doesn't have the support of friends and family. Where would these people get support?
Mom groups like Facebook I found, has some mom groups out there that can support you through any kind of challenge that you have. So definitely reach out. Don't ever feel that you're alone in your journey. Like, I have friends who have those, traditional jobs, working for someone else, having that 9-to-5 job, but they're not totally happy, they don't feel fulfilled, or they're doing, what their life's purpose is or what they're meant to be. And then they look at me and say, like, how are you able to do that? How are you have the courage? And I'm like, well, it's really nothing different, because I think that everyone has that inside them, right? It's just that you have to be able to overcome the fear that's holding you back. But it's not like I have any superpowers or anything special.
Yeah, but you can go to Hawaii every year. Do. Remember?
Yeah, because that's the life that I chose for myself and have created for myself.
Yeah, but then again, the general assumption, and I'm basing this on the stereotypes. The general assumption is when you're transitioning from 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship, you have to work 24/7. Is this true for you right now?
That's a perception that it really depends on what it is that you want out of your life. I think you have a choice whether or not to work 24/7 or not. I've chosen not to, because I've been there in the past. I did work a lot. I've chosen to create more flexibility, and that's one of my goals, right? Is to be able to not be bound by having to work. I may be working more or less hours in a week, but I can determine what times I want to work. If I want to work 4 hours in the morning and then take a little break, spend some time with my son, and then work another 4 hours in the evening, I can have the flexibility to do that, or do a little bit of work on the weekends, that sort of thing, right? And not have to be fixed to a certain time.
But do you feel the weight of not having a stable paycheck when you have a child to care for?
Well, that's part of the getting over your fear, right? Thinking that the 9 to 5 job and the steady paycheck is going to create your security, but it's not necessarily the case, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel that being able to be my own boss, I'm able to work depending on how hard I work, the success I achieve is related to the amount of work that I put into it. So I have that control over it more than, having a job that is dependent on somebody else.
Yes, I hear you. For me personally, this was about actually control from the top management, where when I had my child, I just couldn't think anymore about having someone controlling the time that I can spend with my family and telling me when I have to start work, when I have to finish work, when I can have my vacation. Yeah. So now I'm just sick of thinking about this, and that's a part of why myself, and I'm also a mompreneur, started my own tech startup.
Exactly.
Yes. So is this something you teach your clients to overcome the fear of not having the stability?
Yeah, for sure. The first step I like to do is assess where they are and then look at what their goals are, basically creating a bridge for them to get from where they are to where they want to be, overcoming your fears and getting through that and shifting your mindset. A lot of people talk about knowing what you want, your why.
Yeah.
Why do you want what you want? I think gives you that clarity, and once you know that, it's like a lot easier to be able to reach your goals.
A long story short, it's dream big, make a plan, act.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your vision in creating Chase Your Dream.
Well, first off, the name that I came up with, Chase Your Dream, is actually named after my son. His name is Chase.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's meaning behind that as well. So he's really my inspiration. So I think children are just born naturally curious and have a tendency to be not bound by any kind of limiting beliefs. So they're just born being themselves and being free to do whatever they feel like doing. So I feel that everyone is born with that. It's sometimes we just lose it through whatever it is, our upbringing and through conditioning, society's conditioning. So I think everyone has that potential. What really excites me is wanting to empower, inspire other people to go after their dreams and to pursue their passions and to believe that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. It's about changing people's lives and making them become better versions of themselves, and in turn they're able to serve their clients and customers better because they are coming from a place of genuine authenticity and honesty, and they're truly being who they are and living their life's purpose, which is probably the most important thing that you can do for yourself and for your family as well. Actually, a lot of the clients who I'm working with Our moms, one of my clients is just gotten out of working at a job that she's been at for 8 years to become a freelance illustrator. That's always been her passion. She just felt that working at this job, she felt like her life was being sucked out of her. She said she's had enough and was ready to go on and pursue her creative passion. In doing so, I believe that she is a happier person. She's then there and happier to be with her family. And I think her kids have noticed a change in her and noticing that she smiles more, whereas she looked like she was not as happy before when she was working. But she said really there's been a shift and a noticeable difference, and her kids have noticed it as well. Yeah. She's a lot happier. She's a lot happier person now. Yeah.
So what's our answer to the biggest question out there? Is it possible at all to be a good parent and to build a successful career at the same time?
I think we're both living proof that it is. Yes. Both mompreneurs here, doing it, living our dreams. I think that it's possible. You can do this.
And I absolutely agree with Glynis that this is all about removing those blocks from your head and just knowing and believing that you can do it.
Believe in yourself.
As a consultant and as a business coach, what's that one piece of valuable advice you can give to any parent right now who is trying to start their own business?
I would say believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, take the first step, and start before you're ready.
Wow, that's unexpected.
Start before you're ready. Right now. Right now. Do it now.
Do it now. This is a good one. So with Chase Your Dreams, where can people find you if they are going to be looking for you?
So my website is glynistao.com. Learn more about me. I'm also offering a free consultation session. Contact me directly through the website.
Glynis, thank you for joining me for this conversation today. We at HopKidz do have a vision that parents do not have to choose between building their career and being good parents. They can successfully do both. And we at HopKidz will provide support to anyone who decides to chase their dreams.